Hello everyone, welcome to the Healing Truth channel. Thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos on this beautiful Saturday night. Oh my gosh, I totally have a skunk by my porch. Wow. Oh my gosh, like there's a skunk. Oh my gosh. Oh man, this little joker. Wow. Oh, poor baby. As long as he gone, let him go. I let them be great. You know, go on, be great. Go on about your business. Just get away from my area. I don't got nothing for you. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to my video this evening. It is very late, but I'm up. I'm energetic. You know, just been dealing with various things. Not really anything where, you know, I'm allowing to consume me. Just personal family things, you know. But I do want to come up with this video because this is something I've been thinking about, pondering on, and not really pondering on, but when you're enlightened, it's kind of like you see a lot. Sometimes I'm like, dang, you know, I see a little too much and I try to because we're supposed to be, for a lot of us, enlightened ones, awakened ones, you know, high dimensional beings. We have a level of enlightenment. That means our light bulb came on. So a lot of things don't get past us. We have a lot of knowledge, and we have a lot of, like, how can I say it? We have a lot of guidance from spirit, you know. So we are aware of a lot of things that some people are not, you know. And I hate to say it, it's usually people that's on a lower vibration or just kind of stuck in the matrix where they believe everything. And the reason where I'm going with this is that when some people, you know, I'm going to say the people that hasn't really disconnected themselves from believing everything that they see on TV. I had to this is what I'm struggling with myself, being an enlightened one. I'm not talking about those individuals who are not enlightened and they're not aware of what's going on. So, like, I just hate to be this way, but sometimes when I'm around certain people and they want to, you know, bring up certain, you know, people that's in the entertainment industry and how they just kind of, you know, really dwell on them. And I'm just kind of like in my head, like, you know, do you know the truth? Do you understand that, you know, this is all entertainment? Like, I don't really go in depth with people anymore. I just let them be great. And where I'm going with that is that it's hard to really, for me personally, being enlightened. I don't know if about anybody else, you know. A lot of us who are on a different dimension of enlightenment, we can spot the BS a mile away. You know, I can. My eyes open, my third eye so bucked open that a lot of stuff can't get past me. Like, I see so much stuff. I had to get to the point where I got to start really being able to disconnect and enjoy life. Like, you know, what I mean by that is, if I'm sitting up watching a movie, I try not to go in depth I go deep. So it takes away the enjoyment of things. So I can still kind of enjoy movies without over analyzing everything with the characters, the people, the actors, and all that stuff, because you know a lot about, you know, what goes on in that industry. So you enjoy it and take it as entertainment. That's different from the news and from what you see on media, things like that. It's kind of like I have to kind of get myself weaned back into making sure I'm catching the necessary fake news, because, you know, what we fail to realize, the difference from when you're watching movies and things like that, a lot of the things is that they're telling you, like with some of these movies and, you know, these galactic galactic movies, and sci-fi movies, and just like certain movies, that not even just that, like a lot of these movies, we got to understand what reality is. Sometimes the movies can seem so far-fetched to the point that you don't realize a lot of the times they telling you truth. But that's the way the world has been for so long. They'll put the truth right in front of your face, and because people have been trained to believe a certain thing and stay at a low vibrational way of thinking, people don't believe that certain things can expand their mind. They don't believe that this is what happens, or this is just this is real. Like, there's so much more to this world, this planet, this universe than us, so a lot of people don't like to open their mind to that. So you're stuck in a one-track mind, a mindset where you don't, what you see is your reality, and what you think is not really real is real. And I've learned how to disconnect, and it's about understanding what you're looking at, understanding what you're taking in your spirit, your mind, your mental, because a lot of the things that we absorb it affects your spirit, whether you believe it or not, whether you're watching it. If you're not on an enlightened path of knowing when to disconnect yourself mentally, then it's going to affect you spiritually, because some people get so obsessed with watching the news to the point everything they hear on the news, they're just hyperventilating about it. Like a lot of the negative things that you hear, and we got to understand and open our mind to certain incidents and big stories that starts to trend. When we have so much other stuff that goes on that don't even make the news, how much stuff goes on in your neighborhood that don't make national news? We got to think about the motives, the reasons why certain stories are pushed out there. We got to look at the big picture behind a lot of the things. I noticed a lot of things with colors and codes, certain stories they put out. You look at certain colors, certain people wearing certain colors, and some of the stuff. Like, you got to really understand when to pull back your energy and not give certain things energy, because this world is a stage. There's a lot of things that put out there, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's put out there so that you can use your mind. You can understand how to move. You can know whether to discern. You can know whether should I give this enough energy, or is this a message that's being told, that's something we need to work on, things we need to do, things we need to change. It's a lot of the things. That's what I've learned, how to really maneuver around the reality of this world, of what we see. Your reality is you. You are your reality. Your thoughts are your reality. You can create your best life, or you can create your worst life. You can sit up and watch something, and you can see something so horrible on the news. You can get so consumed by it that everywhere you go, you're talking about it, you're dwelling on it, you just can't let it go. Or you can just say, okay, this is something that happened, this is life. Or should I discern certain things? Is this, and what is the motive? Why did this happen? Is this something that seemed like is possible? We got to kind of open our minds to things. And I'm not saying that a lot of the things that happen that we see on the news and media and stuff, that's horrible stories, are not real, because we know things are happening. We know a lot of people, some people are just kind of losing their mind a little bit, and then you got some people who are victims, so there's a lot of things. I'm not saying because of that's why things are negative, but I'm just saying we got to understand your levels of consciousness is depleted from you if you have gone and gotten that. That's what I'm saying. So you are kind of controlled a little bit more, so, as opposed to people who have not. So if I'm not going all into that, but if because they be on that about, talking about that, but it is the reality of it. If you got that, you be in control. So, but it's just kind of like, you have to understand what things and what messages are being done, because at the end of the day, we're not going to really be able to control a lot of things. It's about your mindset and what you allow in to consume you. It's about living your true reality, understanding what is real, what is fake, What should I consume? What message are they trying to tell us, or what should we be working on as a people, as humanity? You know, what changes should we be making on this planet? You know, things like that. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be good and bad on this earth. It's just that we have choices. Like I've always said, the Creator created us that way, to have choices in our lives, whether we choose to watch something and consume the negativity of it, or we can look at it and say, you know, and things are going to affect you, you know, because we got to understand there's a lot of energy vampires. People are sucking energy out of people and pouring into, they taking out the good energy from you and pouring into negative energy, which is draining, keep you in your head, give you negative thoughts. People are paranoid. People are wondering. People running to go get, you know, things put in their body to think that's going to save them. Things like that, when it's actually making you worse. You know, I'm just saying, being real. You know, we got to understand that our thoughts create everything. Fear is the number one, fear is the number one robber of your, fear will rob you of your sanity, of your peace, of your tranquility, of your life, of your spirit, because people move in fear, and they know that. They know that, you know, like they know that. So we got to understand, you know, the things that we watch. How are we consuming this? You know, is this something that we want to really take in and just really, you know, is this something we really want to take in, you know, and how should I handle this? You know, sometimes we got to really focus on what's important, what's around us, you know, our lives, our loved ones, and just be protective of that, you know, keeping them enlightened, the ones that choose to be enlightened, because you can't, everybody just don't and can't and won't, and we have to understand and respect that. But it's about opening your mind up to the reality, you know, the reality of things. You know, we got to be able to understand, okay, this is just kind of, you know, we live in a world where, because I know where I live, you know, the crime that has happened, it wasn't making it, some of these stuff, the stuff that has happened here, I feel like it's not even just here, it's all over this country, it's all over the world. It's not making national news. So we got to understand why certain people's stories are going national, when we have murders and all type of crimes happening all the time that don't make national news, you know. And I'm not saying pointing any particular incident out. I'm just speaking on in general, about as far as us, the reality of life, and us being awakened to what we should be giving energy to, how we should be using this information that we're getting, and what should we be doing as humanity. You know, is certain things being put out there too, for messages, to see how we move, to see our thoughts. The more that we feed into certain things, the more they're going to keep pushing certain things to have people move, think, and live a certain way. You know, you shouldn't go through life living in fear. You know, the Creator didn't create you that way. You know, he gave us all that spirit. We all have that within us to be able to have strength in us. Everybody is different. So I'm not comparing everybody's, you know, strength levels, because everybody different. But for the most part, it's so important for us to really understand the reality of things. And I had to get to the point in my life, because I don't like to come across negative and low vibrational thoughts. I'm not going to say low vibrational, because I'm not a low vibrational being, but some low vibrational thoughts is when you thinking negative. But I don't really look at some of my thoughts as low vibrational when I'm watching certain things, because I'm so enlightened. It's just, I'm so awakened. So a lot of the things I see through it, like, and it's like a, you know, you kind of got like a special type of ability. Like, it's kind of like you can see through things. You can see a little psychic, whatever, you know, but I see things clearly. Like, I can see through a lot of stuff, like things I watch on TV, you know, and I discern, you know. I just, like, you know, I'm gonna enjoy this, and I'm not about to overanalyze it. I'm just about to enjoy it, because that's what it is. And this is my point. We have to know when to turn on and off that switch. that triggers you, you know, to get into your thoughts, get into your head and things like that. So I just wanted to come through with this video this evening. I pray everyone is doing well. Be safe this weekend. Have a blessed weekend. I didn't want to go another day without doing a video. I've just been a little bit, you know, consumed with other things, you know, with family stuff. So, but I wanted to make sure I got this video across. But thank you guys, and I love each and every one of you. Stay at the highest vibration as possible. Continue to love yourself and continue to work on your inner healing. Is so important. We got to work on healing, and is the most important thing that we can do for ourselves. So thank you guys for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Peace, love, and light.